On exiting minerals, I think what's interesting is the larger the asset, the more difficult the exit becomes, or by more difficult, I mean the more limited options you have. So let's just call it $100 million asset. You would think the publics would be some of the players looking at that as a primary end buyer. Uh, Timing of the market right now is really difficult for publics, just with issuing equity, right? They're not well positioned to take stuff down right now. So there's a timing element there that may put them on the sidelines momentarily. And then you're looking at the pensions or the insurance companies that have established teams. That there's only a handful of those. I think those will increase over time, but the pool is smaller. Now, as you go lower and lower, 75 to 50 million, the pool gets a little bigger. If you go 25 to 50 million, the pool gets even larger. And when you're looking at assets in the $1 to $15 million range, there is a slew of players. Family office capital, high net worth funds start to come to the picture. They can be end buyers that hold into perpetuity. And so the reason I kind of spell that out is when you're exiting, is it since you can get money back through cash flow and get your returns over time, does it make sense to let stuff drip, drip, drip out the door opportunistically to the right buyers when you have a bigger pool of a buyer universe, if you may, and then you get little capital gains along the way versus putting all your eggs in one basket and saying, I'm going to exit this. I put $100 million to work. I'm going to try to exit it for 200 or 250. And now all of a sudden, you only have five potential buyers, right? What are your thoughts on that? Or, and then we'll get into some of the other strategies, but multiple small divestitures along the way versus one big exit.
I think it can definitely make sense to do that, and we've done that a little bit along the way. One of the great things about this asset class is it's pretty easily dividable, and if you just tailor your approach to who you think the opportunity set is with on the exit, it's pretty easy to do that. This is definitely not a market where it's the preferred path to go try and get a huge deal done.
Although, yeah, you guys have successfully done that, right? Nick had a pretty large exit to Alliance, and Springbok exited to Kimball earlier this year. So you guys have done that, but I'm reading in between the lines, it looks like they've pruned their portfolio along the way as well. And so you can play both ends of that spectrum, correct?
Yeah, I think that's right. I see Nick's name on the guest list, so I'll toot his horn a little bit. What he was really good at was, putting together a package that the market would like. Thinking about the other side, and when we think about Alliance specifically, I won't put words in their mouth, but it was just a very tailored package. It was very focused in certain areas. There was a disproportionate, activity on our blocks relative to even what you would consider kind of the core, the collectively accepted core of those basins. And, they did a good job packaging it in a way that was easily digestible. Everything was in pay status. It was easy to diligence. The title was good. There's a lot of other things that go into getting those deals done. And, they were just really good at managing that process.